And we are back and live, ladies and gentlemen, here. Welcome back once again to the America's Minor. It's NRG versus Team Liquid. The winner of this gets to move forward into the playoff bracket. It's a best of one. Let's jump right into it. Liquid's on T side, NRG on CT side.
No utility at all for NRG or kits, as Liquid will have that utility out on Nitro. And to quote A&J's tweet before this match, pistol rounds mean everything in a BO1, and he is just absolutely 100% correct. If you're able to pick up the pistol rounds in a BO1, you should be able to convert the game. It's so big in the grand scheme of things, as Liquid will get top banana control to start this round off, as well as A-Apps, and the bomb on JDM is going to stay around towards banana. But Alicia's on the prowl, and he's looking for something towards mid.
Stannis as well is going hunting closer towards the bomb site, and he has the bomb with him too. Obviously he himself is not carrying it, but JDM has it sitting right next to him. They're going to go for a bit of an interesting pinch this time. Moving over here towards Arch side, they've smoked it off as well. There was one of the CT sitting right behind that, so they are going to know what's happening here. They know they're going for a quick highway split here, and Cirque's going to be attempting to get into the way of this. Unfortunately, he's not able to get a kill early on, so now they're going to get pincered a little bit. Elige, Cirque trading blows, and Elige, however, will be able to take down Cirque himself to put the advantage into Liquid's favor. Now we have the CTs trying to quickly go up banana here and try to retake control over the B-bomb site, but Elige is going to be here trying to stop some of this. Breeze, though, knocks him out relatively quickly, and that evens us out again, down to a 3v3. Where Liquid will hold back very passively reserved at this point, and they've got great angles to play off of here, so we are going to see NRG's players getting ripped to shreds. Already two of them dead on the ground, and the last man standing will be Rico alone in a 1v3. He does not have a kit either. He has no time left to clutch this. JDM just over to the triple shot. Just have a little bit of fun at the end, and Liquid will indeed close out on the pistol as they take the early lead here on Inferno.
That retake is made so difficult thanks to Nitro's position all the way back in CT. He can hold the cross, the players inside don't have to peek, and the player in Chapel is just kind of in that money spot where if worst comes to worst and his teammates die, he can peek and deny the defuse, etc., etc. That's just a great setup from Liquid, as they'll bind to the SMGs, the 1 AK, and NRG will get out your typical second round buy when you lose pistol. So Liquid off to a great start, and they're going to be out to try to cultivate some cash, as it looks like they're going to settle into the same default. This time they'll leave bomb by T stairs, one player will hold mid, another player spots banana. So Liquid are just going to continue this safe kind of game on Inferno.
Molly will go down over here now, as Liquid will kind of take this slow roll control over here of the T apartments, or the CT apartments, excuse me. But the CT's going to get aggressive. Breeze pushing in, and oh, they completely box out those two players from Liquid. Great little bait and switch play from NRG, and just like that, NRG's got a pretty big advantage to play off of. Cirque continuing to build upon this now as he's dropped JDM. I'm not sure if they know for certain they have the bomb on the ground or not, but they did indeed drop it down towards the bottom of banana here. So it's left only Elige and Stanislaw alive now. They're going to have to try and come back from this in a 2v5 situation. Stan will pick up that first kill, but as more start to roll in across the map, well, they're going to have to work together to quickly box out these players. They've got Fugly in a pretty poor position, so they should be able to eliminate him, hopefully without a trade. And there you go. Yep, they knock him out, so they're slowly bringing this back. The biggest problem, however, is the fact they got to go all the way back down to the bottom of mid to get the bomb. And Rico's going to hear every footstep right now, so he's going to know exactly when they're attempting this. AJ's able to time his deagle shots, although not successfully. Elige does find Rico flanking on him, though, so Liquid's bringing this back.
So Liquid surely, and with 30 seconds, they have time to grab the bomb. Cirque, he can get one, and nice. Yes, he can. Stan is gone, and it's Elige in a 1v2. Has to fight towards Cirque, gets the spray. Now with 17 seconds, he has to commit towards B. And A&J knows this at this point, so Elige will get the plant. And it was looking so grim, but Stan and Elige has worked together beautifully this round to bring it into this situation. And Elige is just going to play time. A&J needs some lucky. He just needs to catch Elige looking the wrong way, perhaps, for just a split second.
Just sneaking up here, looking for any opportunities that he can to find Elige, but Elige is hidden away very nicely, tucked in a very safe position. ANJ's going to have to move quicker than this, though. He does not have a kit, so he's got to get this kill a lot faster to be able to completely and safely jump onto the bomb to defuse it. Just taps it right now to try and get Elige out into the open. It'll work as he peeks it, but Elige will come out on top anyway. Beautiful recovery from Team Liquid, and they will hold on there, going up 2-0. Although a great attempt from NRG to upset, especially with that little crunch they did in the CT apartments, just wasn't enough to win the round, unfortunately.
And that's just putting the AK in the right man's hands. Elige gets the AK, his teammates get the UMPs. And it was looking grim at first, right? You saw Breeze immediately find two players, both players towards A-Apps. Cirque chiming in from down banana. and all of a sudden you're like, well, this round's done. It's Legion with an AK and Stan with a UMP, and they just work beautifully to clear out a site, just work back very methodically through mid, clearing each other's angles, and Elige, the big man on campus that round, as NRG will have just a flash. That is all. And they're going to go for a little bit of a gamble stack. Again, Liquid, they'll run this default, I'm almost certain, nearly every round, unless they feel like they want to change the pace up. This will be their safe default. JDM will worry about Banana. Once he gets his op out, it'll be made so much easier, as JDM is going to pop some skulls, as he may find ANJ as well, man. That logs position seemed very, very wealthy for him.
Cirque at least gets the trade finally, but it's a small gesture at this point, given the fact that it was brought down to a 5v2 before we finally saw that kill come out. Cirque will be able to pick up the but not for very long. Twist immediately drops him. So it's just ANJ left alive here now with only 30 HP. He's only got a USP to play off of here anyway. So the odds for him are looking pretty much impossible, and it's only a matter of time before that happens. Stan will creep up from behind, knock him out, and it's Liquid that continue to go up 3-0. Much cleaner in that round too.
Yeah, they didn't take too many chances. I really like Liquid's default. You get AAPS control. You're able to just sit there and hold that part of the map. If someone from the CTs need to make a push, you have that part of the map. With JDM getting his op out eventually, which it's actually out now, holding Banana is just easier for him. He can stay towards T stairs, he can help out mid when needed. Liquid are just not going to, I don't think they're going to switch anything up until they, as I said, they want to change the pace and want to go for a quick play. But this is NRG now getting their own big guns out. Cirque on the op, and Stan's going to push up aggressive quick towards top Banana. As he will have support from Nitro, as it looks like Liquid are looking like they want to pressure Banana a bit more into this one.
Stanislaw waiting behind the half wall, and they don't expect him at first. He's allowed to get with that kill for free. The problem is now he's trapped a little bit here. He's going to be careful falling back in case anyone's an old car spot, but actually they're going to push in now. Cirque will pick up the first kill. Unfortunately, he's left alone with JDM able to dispatch a Fugly, so it's not long before he falls too. Now, with the situation being brought down into a 4v2, there's really no hope at all here for NRG. Their last two players, they might be able to position up for exits, but in terms of winning this round, I don't see it happening. It should be a safe 4-0 for Liquid within the next few moments here.
It sucks to see a situation like that where NRG even had the players there. They had 3 players Banana, and they only get away with 1 kill. That's simply not enough. Especially when you're flashing over for your teammates, you need to get at least an even trade, if not a man advantage, so Cirque can fall back and feel comfortable holding. Not enough done from NRG into that round, and I think they're going to continue to play 3 top Banana. It's relatively safe. It allows you to use your utility safely as a CT player, but Liquid are just having none of it, with Stan already being up close while the flashes just didn't hit him. And that round just gets mopped up by Liquid. The Janitors are out in full effect, as they will only lose Stan. And you're right, they will hang on to those 2 M4s on the NRG side, so at least they have that going into this one. And the question is, are they really going to try to buy around it? You're down 4-0. That's 4-round loss. Some $2,900 in your life, but everyone's sitting around 3,000. So they'll buy upgraded pistols around it. That's about it, knowing they can get a full buy in the next round.
So this is going to leave NRG in a pretty bad position here. Not the start they wanted, and unfortunately, I think that them winning this best of 1 here did kind of rely on them taking control of both pistols and starting off, you know, the advantage going into the first gun round too. So without that, this match has only gotten harder and harder for them to be able to try and upset upon here, as Liquid well in the lead now with a 4-0 advantage, and they'll try to grow it even more here in this round. NRG's going to look to upset, though. They've got a couple Deagles bought up, but nicely done there as Liquid stopped those aggressive pushes from NRG from having any impact whatsoever, besides bringing Twists down a little bit there to 56 HP. The remaining 3 players have also already been pretty much boxed out of the site. They're going to try to creep back in over here, working their way from the B site. However, even that's going to be tough to do. As we can see, they get out from arches. Fugly attempting this alone. Oh, actually, he's able to take down JDM. JDM fires up just a little bit too soon. However, even with us seeing that kill from Fugly, it's not long before Elige is able to trade it out, knocking out Fugly, stopping that gun from being stolen, and leaving the last 2 players in NRG stuck over in the B-bomb site, saving.
I really like the team play there from Liquid. They smoke off towards Boiler side, and they let JDM peek first. With an opening flash, JDM peeks arch side, then he holds and another flash comes through, and then his teammates push. And they leave 1 player back in towards mid to hold the smoke. Perfectly timed and played by Liquid, knowing someone more than likely on upgraded pistols will try to make a daring play like running through a smoke. And they just simply hold for it. The wrap was easy as that, and Liquid are up 5-0. Here comes the buy from NRG, plus a pause. So they'll take their first pause of 4. Talk things through. Cirque will get his op. They'll get everything they need utility-wise. And I guess they're having a discussion where, well, now Liquid have changed up the pace in the last couple rounds. we still don't really know what their default was due to us just taking fights and losing down banana. Well, what do we want to do here? Do we want to continue this 3-top banana? Do we want to fight elsewhere? Do we get A apps control? And I imagine NRG are discussing one of those options, if not more in depth, about how they want to try to deal with the Liquid default, how to pressure it, and keep Liquid really honest.
Well, the pauses, as we know here on the Valve system, are relatively quick, so we already are jumping back into it now with NRG buying up again, having the opportunity to try and win out at least one of these rounds here, getting themselves on the board. But Liquid, with the momentum that they have going, they're in much better shape, and they not only have the full buy, but they have plenty of excess cash left over too. In the event that they lose this round, they're going to have no problem rebuying for at least 1 or 2 more rounds before they themselves finally have to end up on an eco. The initial split, though, from Liquid is going to send most of their players actually up through alt mid, so probably going to be looking for some T apps control early on here, or CT apps control. Keep confusing those, excuse me. CT apps control early on here as they'll move in to grab that pretty quickly. And then it's a matter of just slowly inching forward and getting the rest of the map under their control. And I said slowly, but yeah, Rico didn't even expect to find players pushing out that quickly too. A big surprise in the site. They're able to respond pretty nicely, especially down there in mid, where they hold their line, but the CT still hold on to this A site. JDM moving out, misses that op shot. It's going to let CT fall back into emo corner here, but that does give him away. JDM is able to knock out Fugly, leaving only Cirque alive, but it's a very winnable 1v2 if he plays this cautiously.
Just behind the smoke that was thrown towards lane, and he's actually coming through it, and Stan will hold it. Liquid really bring that one back, and Stan, if he doesn't hold that banana push, then NRG have a man advantage. It's just JDM alone, and that would have been such a difficult task for JDM in a site with just an op to try to get that W. But well played from Liquid. Again, they just switch up the pace on a flip of a coin, and immediately just in your face. Rico wasn't ready for any of that as he gets caught jumping into first pit. And it's really critical that JDM gets that kill immediately on the player towards site. If he gives time for Cirque to come back, peek from lane, perhaps JDM doesn't find that single kill. So we're going to have a technical pause.
Oh yeah, looks like someone from NRG dropped out. So
they're taking turns swapping back. Who wants to drop out?
Someone from NRG is going to have to reconnect really quickly. Hopefully it's another quick one, and then we can dive back into it here and get to see if they can recover it all. Remember, of course, though, that because it is a technical pause, they are not going to be allowed to talk to each other, and the same will be had for Liquid's players. Although it looks like we already have him back in the server, so we should be able to unpause this in a second and continue the action.
If we take a look at the cash for NRG in this situation, you have about 2 players, Breeze and ANJ, that are in a little bit of a rough economic spot. We could see Cirque drop an SMG over. Actually, never mind. The money was... There we go. Now it'll update for me. Nice. So the op... Actually, Cirque's just going to go straight in for it. So he'll get a FAMAS. Or he'll get an op out, and Jay will FAMAS it. So, all in all, I mean, NRG with max loss bonus. They did keep 2 players alive in round 5. Round 6, they completely got wiped. So, there are all the cards are on the table here with Cirque getting his op back out. They do have mollies. They do have smokes. But again, it's just about breaking Liquid and make them feel uncomfortable, which is so hard to do based on their structure.
So Stanislaw sits back over here, right behind the half wall. He takes up that position. The thing is, NRG have kind of gotten used to him getting that aggressive, so they did start to throw some free fire at it. All Tabs are really going to push these guys back, though, and it actually keeps ANJ out. ANJ's in a really bad spot right now. He's going to have to hope that he can multi-frag from this position, as if not, well, it's going to be an early loss for these guys. There's nothing they can do about it, and there you go. There's the kill coming out from JDM as he fires through the wall from the up. That'll take him out, and there's no room for a response from Cirque at this point.
Fun fact, that wall can only be shot through with an op. So the rifle bullets will not penetrate it. So it's good on JDM to keep pre-firing that wall while the rifler holds the corner, and that's just a great flash over from JDM to allow Stan to peek that. So Cirque gets caught out. Now Liquid probably know this is the B site giving up, but they also have noted that NRG have been playing 3 players there relatively late into the round. As Elise is about to come out towards Porch and be greeted by Breeze, and Rico doing a little bit of a stack here with 1 under Porch, 1 on top. But the right play flash will work beautifully, and the trades are just perfect for NRG right now.
Wow.
Fugly gets 3 kills in quick succession as it's Twist alone, as that was quite the duel.
1v1 to decide it now as Fugly makes a massive hero play. And he's going to have to realize that the bomb goes down, so he'll quickly go for the rotate. Twist is already established in a position, though, and Fugly thinks he's hiding out behind that smoke. So Twist is going to be able to take a perfect position, peeking back up He'll pop off Fugly's head real quick, and that's going to be Liquid continuing to grow. 7-0 now, still not a single round on the board from NRG, but they got very, very close there due to what I think was just a misplay from Liquid. I don't think that they realized that there could have been a player sitting behind them around the corner there, so they just let Fugly get that triple kill outright. It was a really good play from him, but a pretty big mistake from Liquid.
Yeah, they didn't smoke her. They just threw a couple flashes, and that's the whole play of that. It's pretty much a double porch bait for the player towards Arch. So all the focus is given towards the player Breeze on top porch and the player underneath. Fugly is able to just swing and pop some shots in their backs. He just can't convert the 1v1, which seems to be the story of this game. As NRG, no up, an upless Cirque. As they'll get SMGs, they'll prioritize that utility. But I mean, the times are getting rough now for NRG.
Yeah, and with them not getting any closer to winning a round anytime soon, things are going to continue to grow more and more drastic for them. They started off well this time, however, with Rico catching that initial kill against Elige. Now they need to build upon this, and more importantly, not mess up this 5v4 that they've been gifted so early on in the round. There's still plenty of time for Liquid to adjust and attempt to counter out the plays from NRG. So Liquid will play it very, very slowly here. NRG, in the meanwhile, have not sent anyone out aggressively towards old car area. They haven't pushed the mid-choke point at all. They're remaining very, very passive. And I think Liquid's going to try to abuse this by sort of semi-faking towards B.
Nitro's going to he's going to be as quiet as he can.
He's got to be careful of Breezy peeking the wall here. Thankfully, he's got Stan to watch out for it. The smoke right into the pocket. As they move in, though, they don't check that corner with Rico hiding out in it again. So he's allowed to get a double kill, but Twist will leap down the pit there, knocking him out of the play pretty quickly. Twist, they still have to check out the site too here, so he's going to be a little bit careful. Oh, many wide swings here, which is going to leave him in the open. However, at the same time, when Fugly goes for the peek from the library area there, he doesn't immediately see Twist and take him down. So now the plant will move in. JDM's going to be in a bit of a rough patch here, though, and they have to deal with the flank too. But with that first kill, at least they buy themselves a little bit more breathing room. They'll back up towards porch, where they can at the very least hold just, you know, 2 bigger angles instead of having to worry about 5 or 6 different ones. They're continuing to move out a little bit far here, though. I don't think they realize how quickly NRG has gotten over here to this site. So JDM's going to be completely overwhelmed in a second. And that leaves Twist alone. He had an opportunity to trade here. He's missed it, though. And now he's going to continue to inch off the damage, but NJ will get the better of him. And finally, after 7 rounds straight from Team Liquid, we will see one go up onto the board for NRG.
Liquid putting that smoke by barrels allows those players, instead of having to worry about getting shot in the back, they can just both swing in towards pit. And it came down to Twist jumping out of that balcony to be able to find the refrags. I like what Liquid are going for, but NRG just having the nice quick rotations, able to have ANJ just shoulder peek and continue to pre-fire, finding the final 2 kills. As NRG get one on the board, and you know what? It was still quite expensive. Keeping only 2 players alive. I mean, they're down to $1,200, $1,100 on Breeze and Cirque. Outside of that, everyone's broke, 100 or less. So this is a huge round for NRG, especially on the CT side. I find Inferno, though, is a bit more T-sided, at least in North America, I find. A lot of teams prefer the T-side. So I don't know if that's a trend that's going to continue on as the months go by, but from what I've seen, a lot of teams prefer T-side. So, regardless, NRG definitely needs to string 2 rounds together here.
Even with the single round one, yeah, NRG could immediately be reset in the next round here, so they do need to look forward to carrying out a second victory for themselves too here, not just immediately get reset. Liquid are taking it nice and slow on this round. They've moved in, they've taken Apartment's control, and they have partial control over Banana too, but this is mainly because NRG has been playing so passive, not because they've had to really work to get this control. In fact, Liquid has kind of lost some HP on the way into getting this kind of control. You can see JDM losing almost half of his HP. He's down at 61 right now. And the others from Liquid are going to start to creep in towards both sites. They've got them fully around the wrap over here towards B. And they've got a kill, too. Stanislaw was able to sneak one off there against Cirque, who was hiding out behind the Crips position. So they take him out of the fight. And that gives Liquid back a little bit of an advantage to play off of here. In fact, it is going to scare NRG away a little bit. But look, we do have Rico pushing very aggressively in through the apartments. So he's able to see that there's nothing here. That kind of solidifies the fact that Breeze had rotated off. JDM's going to get another kill. And this should now pretty much secure them in going towards B. So we're going to continue to see those rotates moving in. Rico finds Nitro. Fugly got the double kill, meanwhile, over on B too. But there's only 1 player remaining after they trade him back out. That is going to be Breeze, though, and they don't realize that he sneaks through the smoke. Good adjustment from Stanislaw, though, to keep him in the fight and keep this down to a 1v1, as they'll just barely be able to get that plant onto the ground. Rico's going to push back in. He gets himself into coverage, and actually, I think Stanislav thought he moved away, dodged out of harm's way, but no. Rico will re-peek into the open, and that's where Stanislav is going to shut it down for Liquid as they take back their control and go 8-1. Beautiful 2v1 from him to clutch it out.
Again, it's Fugly to multi-frag, and if Breeze is able to catch Stan there, that's round over. Big play from Fugly to just immediately bring that back in NRG's favor. Nitro gets caught out. His job is to cut off rotations if they leave A site, and he just gets timing from Rico in towards A apps, and that's a big win from Stan. Not only does it reset NRG, it pretty much solidifies a comfortable Breeze through this next few rounds for Liquid. We'll see upgraded pistols, and NRG will buy what they can on 1400, but it's in a situation where you're going to double save anyway, might as well get a buyout, and this honestly could, it might even be a triple buy, or a triple save, a half buy. Perhaps may come in with upgraded pistols at one point, but it's going to be a little bit until rifles come back out for NRG.
You can see Liquid testing the waters once again here. They are going to be a little bit careful upon taking control of old car spot, but it's pretty easy for them. NRG on this sort of half-bot round, they might actually have forced all the way into it, considering that they have grenades too. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like for the most part they did fully buy down. Breeze still is 1350, but besides that, everybody else is broken here. So when attempting to force this, they don't leave themselves with a whole lot to play off of. Besides just attempting to trip stack over here towards B, where that will work okay for them. But the problem is Liquid, I don't think they're going to decide to go into that site this round. I think they read into what NRG's doing, and they're instead going to wrap over here towards B and make an execute happen here.
There's two players here for NRG, both just turtling in sight, with Breeze going to be shoulder peeking towards Porch. Looks like he wants to get aggressive with his CZ. Maybe catch JDM. Now he was holding that. He's actually going to re-peek it. Rico needs to be careful with it.
Now, check that left side here now, but the problem is they're not looking on the right side, so Rico is able to move in there, sneaks off the kill onto Elise. They're going to quickly chase him back down, but he's already tucked away into the site. Problem is, though, he's alone here, and he only has that CZ to play off of. We'll get into the fight with Nitro, changes the position very quickly. Now he's been wedged here. There's nowhere else for him to run to. Stanislav will knock him out, eliminating Rico. That just leaves the 3 B players left alive here who have been able to rotate over in the meantime, but still don't have the greatest odds to actually pull off this retake. They don't have any utility except one flashbang, and they're all on pistols except for Fugly, who only just now picked up an AK. Looks like they're slowly inching towards it, but at the same time, I think they're more so set up for exit positions more than anything else here, as they just safely try to get their players across towards Arches, and yep, they're going to bring the AK back. They're going to have that fall away from the fight. And the others as well will just establish outside of Arches and Library to try and look for at least 1 or 2 more kills if they go hunting on Liquid's side.
And Jay's, I don't think he's going to get anything out of this. He'll shoot at Nitro and then Stan will just swing. Yeah, and just actually going to try to run away here. He may get caught. No, he's able to get some decent movement out of there. Liquid, however, will get a 9th round out of the situation, and a pause will come in from NRG, so they're going to talk things through. And to give you, like, paint the picture here, there's about average $2,500, $2,300 here on NRG. And we're going into round 11. So things are getting really crunch time for them. They're going to have to not buy anything into this round. Breeze can probably get a pistol or just full save for an op and trade out for trade Cirque into the next rifle round. But it's going to be double digits for Liquid before NRG can get the rifles back out.
Mm-hmm. So it's looking pretty bad here for NRG as they just haven't been able to find their footing on the CT side. Even if now we see them kind of come back and bring it more towards, after this round, of course, we see them bring it more towards like a 10-5. That's still going to be very rough for them moving over to the T side, as they are going to absolutely need that pistol along with that first gun round to have any chance of keeping the game close, as I do feel like Liquid would be able to easily push ahead if that does not happen, and then just win the map in a pretty straightforward fashion from that point forward. Starting off this next round, though, Liquid again splitting their guys up. They send 3 up both mid, 2 towards Crossroads. One's going to immediately split towards Banana there, and then they'll just keep the bomb over here at the middle portion of Crossroads. Not really committing it towards either side, just as I think they're going to kind of feel things out on this round a bit before they make up the plan.
And NRG will put 3 players towards Banana. And the AK is over towards the B side of things. So perhaps trying to bait these players from pushing down Banana, maybe try to fight them towards B site. But for now, Liquid are just going to take the map control that's given to them, use the time on the clock to their favor, use the clock as an extra man, essentially.
They do have the AK sitting over on this B site. NRG does if Liquid decide to push in here, which is looking likely right now. JDM probably going to call this based off if he can get this initial pick on ANJ or not. But it's not just from this position they have to play and be careful of. They also have to worry about top oranges here because Cirque is taking up a position right over here now. So even if they swing, he'll already be in position to try and pick off one or two of these guys. And it looks like since Liquid can't find anything initially, they'll pull JDM back. However, it looks like just a throw and a molly. I still think they're going to commit to this, especially with the time being where it is. Less than 30 seconds now. So in they go. Circle gets flashed out, but only partially. However, he's not able to get a kill. It's Fugly that strikes first, and he can only get one right after that one. He's going to end up going down to Stanislaw, and Liquid really just cleaned up shop besides that. These last two will attempt to rotate in, but same as some of these previous rounds, there's just no hope at all for them. Liquid have easily won this one just by clearing out the site when they should go up 10-1.
Certainly will. NRG with hitting that 3-round loss into the next round should be able to get a comfortable bye. Rico saving this armor will definitely help him in the long run. Allows him for a bit more utility. But Liquid are just looking, again, clean, very clinical, and very disciplined when it comes to these defaults and the way they go into these executions. They're just taking no chances. We've seen that from Team 1. Now against NRG, a team that's a little more well-known in the NA region. They're just playing with a lot of respect, not taking any chances. Stan may get caught here. He's the only one exiting towards CT, but no.
Wow.
Two big frags for Stan. Granted, they are going to buy regardless next round, but having that armor would have allowed for perhaps a couple more, another molly out in play, a little bit more in his hands. As Circus is going to be opless. M4s get bought up. Breeze getting out a rifle of his own, but you could have seen it. Could have been a kit and a little more utility perhaps out on the Rico side of things.
Yeah, so now this does let NRG fully rebuy into it, but unfortunately it's still not going to be, well, they get a full buy finally, but again, only one kit seen on Breeze there. And they look a little bit drastic besides that. Liquid, well, they're still full strength obviously here, so they're looking good. And as we get into the very, very late half, they're going to continue to play this more slowly since NRG is going to get a little bit crazier here, I think, as we get closer to the end of the half. They really just are trying to take any risks at all in order to try and stack up a few rounds.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, we will finally see that deep banana control, which a lot of teams do consistently, but for NRG, we've only started to see this happen just on this round and maybe one or two others throughout the course of the halves. This may go unexpected by Liquid, but we'll wait and see if Liquid even decides to pressure up banana at all in this round, since they do have the bomb in the CT apartments, so I think they're leaving that option open again here too. And yeah, they're going to send everyone else up towards mid-choke. So I think they're heading back to another A split.
Yeah, it's going to be quick. It is a big porch play. 1-for-1 right off the get-go. Breeze is going to try to hold from Pit, but he is denied as JDM won't even need to fire the op too many times as its site just gets cleared for him. And it's ANJ and Cirque, and Liquid know they're the B players. They know they're going to be rotating in as they will settle into their post plants, into the cubby holes. Double up in Pit and one in Graveyard. Strong spots and hard ones to clear without any utility.
So now Liquid look to hold on to this as we do see the last two from NRG trying to push back in, but the slow crawl does not even come close to working out well. ANJ is left as the last man standing here now. Still quite a few rounds left in this half to play off of here. So ANJ is going to back away, save the FAMAS, let Liquid win another one here because they continue to get further and further into the lead now. 11-1, a 10-round lead over NRG being established, and it's not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon here.
No signs whatsoever. Stan's lucky to be alive for the record. Nearly got caught by the bomb, 1 HP. Wouldn't have really mattered in the grand scheme of things just due to how rich they are. Like, for example, Liquid are good for the rest of this half. They're not even worried about the economy situation of Counter-Strike right now. As NRG are more so. As they will do a half buyer on the FAMAS. Cirque's going to be saving for that op. He is just going to go ahead and get a deagle, knowing that his teammate ANJ will have enough for it. So, not too worried. And Cirque hasn't had too many opportunities to bust out the op, to find any impact with it. Breeze has been relatively silenced. This has just been a very blanketing Liquid, just the blanket over our energy, no room to work with, very suffocating, and it's so hard to play against a team like Liquid. I've mentioned it before, they just make you drown, and that's literally what's happening right now.
Yep, Stan is going to be the one to push forward and lead the charge once more for Liquid. And I think they're just going to go for a straightforward B play. Great flashbangs, too. Completely knocks out the vision of everyone from NRG here. Stan looking to make another double kill happen, but Cirque gets out of dodge before things get too dodgy himself. Elige will take him down, though, as he continues his conquest forward. And the remaining three from NRG quickly swarm over to rotate, but it's far too late. Liquid has already taken control of B. They've got their plan on the ground. And, yeah, NRG know this. They're backing up. They're saving. Liquid just can't be stopped.
And rightfully so, they'll hit that max loss. So round 14, their buy will be anything and everything they need for success. NRG have tried deep banana control. It hasn't worked out. They've been flashed and neutralized. Granted, they did go for late banana control. And it wasn't right at the beginning for ANJ. It was about midway through the round. They decided to deep smoke and push him down. Perhaps do it right at the beginning. We haven't seen anything too aggressive from NRG. They've conceded mid control for the most part after that one round where they did a port stack and arch play. Haven't seen them really contest mid at all. It's been very almost turtle-ish in towards the A site. And Look could have been aware of this. If they're given mid for free, they're going to wrap on you every single time they can, as NRG are not going to be able to save anything at all. And you can just see Liquid not stopping. Liquid are able to get free A-site wraps. Getting banana control is relatively free for them. And NRG need to really start fighting back.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there as well really good control towards the end of the round as they tear down those remaining NRG players, prevent any additional kills from going against Liquid. Not really that like those kills would have had massive impact against Liquid, even if NRG got them and managed to save their own players, as Liquid is just sitting on a huge nest egg of money right now. 2 players over 12 and 13K. I think this is after they've all already bought for this upcoming round. And you have 2,000 on Twist, he sits a little bit lower, but then 6,000 and 9.3K on Nitro. So they have basically infinite money, especially considering there's only 2 rounds left in the entire half. Whereas NRG continue to have to work with basically just the normal build-up. They will finally get another full gun round on this specific round here, but if they don't find impact from it, the half and potentially the game, we're going to be very much over here in Liquid's favor.
Looking at Cirque, it's been a quiet game from pretty much everyone on NRG. I mean, Fugly has more kills than his teammates due to him being in bait and switch positions, getting multi-frags. But other than that, it's just been such a quiet game for NRG. As Cirque will be towards banana again. They'll play the typical 3 towards top banana. As that smoke will deny any kind of vision for Cirque, he's just going to hold it. They'll rotate the 3rd man off. As Liquid will settle into this default we saw very early on. As Liquid have done a nice job of knowing when to change up the pace. They realize NRG finally have rifles out. They finally have utility. And they'll just settle into their very safe default. That has net them these opening picks. That have net them the wraps. And it's just been very successful.
Looks like, once again, Stan is going to be allowed to kind of go off on his own there towards B, and the rest of the team will probably execute in through a combination of Boiler and mid-choke point. They already had a lead, swing out wide from Boiler. They know that's clear. They've got Wrap side smoked off, so they will have to watch out for that later on in the round, but that won't actually need to really be much of their focus here. They really just have to watch out for the site, as that's where most of NRG's position their players to play off of here.
How are they out? NRG are completely out of utility with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, there's been no real aggression from Liquid, which is the crazy part here. They've kind of just slowly...
One flash from Twist, and they bait out utility from ASI completely.
They pushed in their mid-choke, but that's about it. So maybe smokes were used there, but I mean, even so, I don't think NRG really got a whole lot of utilities. They were still struggling to buy up these rifles, let alone get grenades sitting behind it here. So that might be a slight cause of it here too. Anyway, Liquid still no strangers to running on the timer. We'll do it once again on this round, but the patience plays out as they get a little bit impatient on that B site, and that lets Stan get a first kill. Trade comes in for the Flower Pot player, but he's instantly dead moments later as Nitro comes up from behind. So does the rest of Liquid as they push quickly in through those arches and run down Speedway to rotate over towards B. So they'll get free control. And now with only 3 remaining on NRG here, it looks like they're finally going to attempt the retake as they got here in time, but nope, never mind. They turn it around real quick, and they're heading back to save yet again for what's going to be the last round and a half at 13-1 for Team Liquid.
What can you say? It's just been complete domination for Liquid. You can go into it a bit more, but it has just been perfect play from Liquid, from the wraps to the knowing what map control is given to them for free, and I mean consistently given them to free. NRG have been turtling in a site. Liquid throw a couple flashes over, one smoke towards lane, and they completely bait out all the utility. And they just have NRG running around non-stop with just 0 utility near the end of the round. And it's so hard to hold on to Banana, for example, without having any kind of flash, no kind of support. The only thing you're relying on is one player boosted flower pots. And the one round you go for that, then they wrap through CT. So they're just catching no breaks whatsoever. As we will see NRG in the final round, thanks for that save, getting rifles out on everybody, utility, and armor, plus kits. So this is the best buy I think they've had the entire game. I mean, if they had an op, I'd call it the best buy, but it's one of the best buys, and it's coming on round 15 where possibly they might lose the half 14-1.
Yep, so not a whole lot left over here for NRG to come back from in the second half. They pretty much have to try and get at least this last round built up for themselves, as otherwise things are going to be pretty much impossible moving into that second half here. But the round does not start off too well for them. Quite a few of their players getting pegged down damage-wise. They do return some of that damage, I should note. specifically Elige, JDM, and Nitro all getting hit for about a quarter of their HP. But on the energy side of things, well, NRG and Circuit even worse than that here. So the players will sit very, very low. And Liquid will continue to play around with the map too. They haven't committed to anything just yet, as there's still over a minute to play off of. They are starting to inch their players forward, just kind of investigating areas like the porch side. And even the B site there, as you have Stan creeping up on it. Again, looking for a quick entry. And all unfortunate timing for Elige, as Rico does push in from the side hall, grabs him, takes him out, and that'll give NRG a 5v4 advantage to work off of.
Yeah, they finally have something going for them in a round. As Stan will find no traction towards B. Previously, we've seen him find Cirque, and no success into this one. So leave JDM around here. They have 30 seconds, so not too much time for Liquid to really mess around with. So JDM will throw a smoke, throw a flash. That'll keep that player in the back B site for a little bit longer, as they are going to set their focus on the B site. And if they can catch Fugly in Library, they're going to immediately just wrap into the site. It's going to be so hard to hold, but Fugly swings and finds Nitro, looking for Stanislaw, who is still holding for the repeat, but those are 2 big frags for Fugly. Not only that, he has bomb. This round is done. NRG get a second.
And there you go. Rico shuts it down here, as we will finally see NRG putting up a second round on the board. At the very, very end of the first half, they do it. Now the only question remaining is, was it enough? Is 2-13 going to be comebackable for them? Or is Liquid now just going to switch sides over towards CT and attempt to ultimately crush them with even just a single pistol round victory will do it, assuming they don't get equal in the second round. They should be able to easily close out with that pistol round under their belt. So NRG have to avoid that by all costs. And
I like Twisted's hair, by the way.
yeah, that's looking nice.
Just a little bit of forehead in your life.
Yeah.
A little bit of hair. I like it. He's a little short. And NRG are a bit short on time and rounds. They are just really behind, and they're gonna have to put it in overdrive. And again, it goes without saying, but I'll be the man to say it. They need this pistol. It's as simple as that. Pistols, if they lose this, it's game over. That's it.
Well, Liquid will spread their players out. They're going to get rather aggressive, though. Rico sees one of them, but does not see the 2 guys at Sandbags. Breeze trades on a 1. They expect JDM, too, so a good spot by Breeze. However, his reign is finally going to come to an end with Elige taking him out. Stan has also found Cirque right outside of the entryway. You can see his body around the floor there. Right outside of the entryway going into the CT apartments. And Sandal is going to continue to get aggressive here. Oh, who just cuts Fugly off. No hope for him at all. And now it's ANJ versus the world in a 1v3. And he's only now just gone back to pick up the bomb here.
What can he do? Let's be honest. It's such a weird situation. Your teammate gets caught down ult. You've died in A-apps. Banana has been pushed.
Both get spotted too. There we go. Nitro finishes it off, takes down ANJ, and that's Liquid up to 14. Just 2 more rounds needed, and they will take quick control of this winner's bracket final match and get to push forward into the playoff bracket on Saturday.
Yeah, this is just an easy breeze through, isn't it, from Liquid? They've just had the bracket stage that they could have hoped for.
Straight up. So let's see here if NRG is going to be able to try and resist this whatsoever. No surprise of us seeing a force buy from them. 5 CZs, everyone buying up armor. And pretty quickly moving up towards Banana. I think it's just going to be a straight up Banana play. Mollies will stop that, though, so they have to throw down their smokes. But Fugly chases down Elige through it anyway, and they find Nitro.
All right.
So Liquid, I think, getting destroyed by those flashbangs there. NRG got hit by it pretty heavily, too, but I think some of their players were able to dodge it, so that left them in better straits. And so they took control, and now Liquid is going to at least attempt to form up for a 3v5 retake. Odds are obviously not going to be looking too good, but we'll see if they can get close towards it. And yeah, with Breeze funding JDM, that does kill any chance they had, because now it becomes even harder to pull off, so they only have the one angle to push back in from. They'll just have to let NRG have this one, going up 3-14.
And Liquid can afford to just let these few rounds slip away. They're not too worried at the moment, but that was huge from ANJ. Finding 2 openers. Catches Elige actually with his back turn, trying to escape towards Sandbags. As soon as flashes came over from NRG, he was out trying to retreat. So great double entry there from ANJ with the CZ. They make out like bandits, not only to get the round, but they also get some weapons and keep 5 alive. So from losing Pistol to turning that round into a W, there is still some hope on the table for NRG. But 11 rounds is what they need, Mr. Blue.
Some is the key word here.
I didn't want to phrase it as no hope. You know, there's a sprinkling. The seeds have been planted.
Yeah, ultimately Liquid will probably just
21-6. How often do you see Stan on the top of a fragging board, to be honest with you?
Not super
Not
often.
so often,
It's been
is it?
obviously a little bit more of a common occurrence since he stepped down from IGL. But he's been really taking the reins. Specifically on T side, he did a really good job with all those lurks towards B.
Yep.
Constantly getting 2-3 kills and then doesn't get traded either.
goodness.
Oh, and Liquid set themselves up perfectly to stop this push. Nades will kill one, and they'll be able to assist on a second with Elige getting that kill there. In fact, Elige almost not dying there. I think a teammate might have hit him with something. Anyway, he's down to 8 HP now, and that completely kills the NRG play on Banana. All their players will head out towards mid instead, and they're going to look for new options, maybe towards the A site.
Liquid buy back into this knowing, based on the scoreline, they might be able to break them here. And those nades couldn't have been better placed. Plus, the UMP has caught NRG completely off guard. As JDM, P250 in armor, is going to be holding towards Porch. That's so much on Twist to do in pit with the UMP. It's not the best long-range gun, especially when you're about to have a molly tossed your way. This is going to be a full-on wrap from NRG. NG will bring up the rears. Breeze will go first, taking damage from his teammates.
Can't even find where Liquid's hiding at here. Look, they're moving into the site. They're having to try and hunt them back down, but no,
Wow.
Liquid will get the better of them. And on a team ace, too, they shut it down. And they will now go up to 15 rounds here. One more, and they take control, and they get to move forward into Saturday.
That's it. One more round will set up Liquid into the semis. NRG, perhaps hope is gone, but they have AKs. At least two. I mean, utility-wise, you're talking 2 smokes, 2 mollies. Very limited. Especially if they want to fight for banana control, you'll end up using majority of that. And Liquid want to end this game. They looked like they wanted to go down mid there. They will get nades down. You can see the damage dealt. As Liquid are looking like they'd love to close this out. JDM will smoke mid. ANJ, in the meantime, gets AP's control, but keep it on your mini-map. Liquid love to get this banana control, especially right now.
Liquid trying to sneak forward here and steal a couple kills out of the hands of NRG before the round even really begins. In fact, if they got that player crossroads, they might have even stopped the bomb from being picked up and regrouping with the rest of this team here, but they're not going to be able to accomplish that. And now, NRG swing back out, Stan's able to hold for one, but is quickly brought back down by ANJ. Good molly, however, from Liquid does restrict them from moving even further forward onto the site. And now we're starting to see signs of rotates. However, NRG are smart. They keep themselves quiet, but that jump right there might have just alerted to the fact they still have 1 or 2 players sitting close towards A here. That is indeed still the case. So Liquid, they halt their rotates for now, but they still keep them within a moment's notice away of being able to rotate into the A site and fully support the defense effort here. And they're going to definitely want to do that in a second, especially as Nitro hears these players going across the arch point.
He's going to be on point here. Has ANJ coming out of balcony. A good 1-for-1, which is perfect for NRG. Perfectly acceptable. As ANJ should drop down here. No, it's actually Breeze to clean up Twist. So not bad right now. But Breeze is heavily, decently tagged down to 56. Nitro more so. As it's a double UMP retake. And without they have kids, but no utility, so ANJ can just sit here simply. Allow Breeze to be the point of contact. ANJ spots one. And he is just going to sit here and allow Breeze to do some work. As now they're crossing the site. Maybe a timing thing. They can catch him. And there you have it. Elise trades 1-for-1. Breeze from sight. A little hectic in the last final moments as they were actually allowed to get a bit closer than Breeze was expecting. But NRG get number 4. But it's still so much to ask for. As Liquid are going to be in a weird economic spot right now. I think it's going to be a half buy. Elise may drop some pistols to some teammates. Perhaps get some armor behind it. As they've traded 1-for-1 and for 1 so far. They go back and forth. They still have to put Liquid as the drivers in this race.
And I think Liquid are going to call for essentially a full save here with the exception of Twist spying up on that CC. Very, very light bot here from these guys this time around, as they are not going to be able to justify forcing into it once again on just the hopes that they would be able to upset the round and win out the map. They have a good 11-round cushion to play off of here, so there is no real reason to try and force like that when they can just run the game out a little bit, build up some cash, and focus on winning gun rounds. So that seems to be what they are going to choose to do here. And as such, don't expect anything too miraculous to come out from Liquid this time, especially without any utility being invested behind these guns.
Nice opener from Rico. Very clean on a JDM. Granted, these players don't have any armor. We've seen how deadly Liquid's pistols have been. They've been able to find some shots, even pick up some rounds with just some UMPs and upgraded pistols. As they're going to try to work towards A. It's a double actual stack there up on towards porch side. Or balcony, excuse me. They're both tucked into the doorway, waiting for NRG to push down the hall. And there you go. That's not a bad trade, as Twister's going to be able to fall off, get a reload in. And Twister's completely alone, disappearing into the smoke. And he's going to re-aggress. Look at Twist with a CZ, gets 2. And it's just Rico to clean it up, but that came deadly close for Liquid. Twist actually gets 3 in that situation. He's able to trade halls, get into pit, and then re-aggress. And if Liquid are able to do that with CZs, I mean, that is just deadly precision from Twist. I mean, that goes to show you, nerf the CZ. I mean, that's just insane with no armor.
Liquid, I'm sure, pretty happy about that round, even considering the fact that they lose it here. So now they get onto the gun round. They already have injured NRG quite a bit from that previous round. They're keeping their money very much under control, and now it's just a matter of shutting them down one final time here to be able to win out the map. Jump back in game here, be able to preview what exactly is going on. NRG, well, they decided to take it slow this time. They're going to spread their players out. They've got them pushed up mid and alt mid, along with holding a few of them back. They haven't decided to send anyone up banana, however, so they're going to leave that option open. But Liquid was able to fully scout out banana in the meantime. They sent JDM down. They did the aggressive smoke thing, so he's probably going to re-smoke in a second as his teammate threw the original smoke.
That is what I was wanting NRG to do, is leave Cirque alone towards banana. Liquid were trying to fight for banana early, but most of the times they'd get it late. So if you have an opper there that can hold that, just like JDM is now, it gives so much more pressure for the CTs towards A. You can even have double rotators playing Arch and 2 players double up in sight. There's a lot of things you can do. And now JDM's going to be able to get at least 1 kill, and he should be able to fall off, which gives time for Liquid to come over. And, I mean, it's just so difficult. But a well-placed flash from NRG will send him packing. And as you can see, Nitro's immediately coming over.
Yep, as they definitely need to expect something to move into this bomb site here. Here's the thing, though. NRG still been looking pretty good on their entry, so having only 2 players here for Liquid could end very, very badly for them if they don't pay attention. NRG, though, running very low on time. Also need to rush into this situation as they do not have time for a more calculated walk into this site. Smokes have been deployed. Their garden smoke is moving in a little bit too late. However, JDM is only allowed to get 1 kill before we start seeing trades roll out. And there we go. Twist sneaks in 1 more, catches a player lurking in the apartments, but in terms of the site hit, it goes very well. They only lose 1 player on the way in, and that completely knocks Liquid out of the running here from an immediate retake. They have to hold back. They have to run the timer down a little bit here, and more importantly, run down this utility a little bit. Stan even getting tagged by that Molotov, so if NRG were listening out, they might have been able to hear that and look to counter it themselves. Now, as NRG are getting ready to hold on here, Liquid will also be ready to move back in and start this retake. However, NRG's not giving them anything on entry here. Rico peeks first, then they see the emo player. However, they both go down without a single response from NRG. They know Fugly's hiding out here too, so there you go. It's a full hold on the defusers. They actually didn't have anyone with a kit. This might be a little bit close. In fact, I'm not sure if they're going to get this. Let's see. And oh, they just get it. You can even hear it getting prepared to blow up. But that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Team Liquid take control. They get their 16th round. And with a final score of 16-5, they're going to take control of this winner's bracket final and be able to move forward into the playoff bracket.
Seemed like a simple day for Liquid, just another day in the office. That last retake was so deadly close, right? You have 1 flash to the retake that doesn't blind anyone, 0 kits, and it just comes strictly down to aim duels, and even Fugly getting a little unlucky with a pre-fire from Elysian at the exact corner that he was in. As 16-5 is a really rough go of things. It started on that CT side. If you don't get any pistols, or you get a pistol, you don't get any pistols, right? And then Liquid pick up the second pistol again. You're just driving in winter weather with no traction on your tires. Now Liquid move on to the semifinals. NRG will await Team 1 and Complexity's BO3 to conclude. And now is the time of the day where we start to send people home, which apparently is your favorite time of the event.
Love breaking dreams.
All right, well, I didn't say
it's
it.
Great. I've had my dreams broken plenty of times, so, you know.
All right.
You've hit a little bit of a dark humor sense to that when
yeah, you can laugh that off. You can laugh that off, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
overall, great performance from
Yeah.
Team Liquid. NRG, I think that tweet you're talking about, I think it was from A&J, right?
It was from A&J, yeah.
Where it was saying pistol rounds were important. I think that was very accurate. As we saw them, they didn't necessarily win the pistol, but they did upset in the second round in the second half.
They're forced by,
and they were able to make that second half a little bit more chaotic. They made it a little bit close. At least Liquid still ultimately closed out. But if they did take control of the pistol or got onto the board a little bit earlier in the first half, maybe we could have seen that chaos again, and that's maybe where they would have been able to make this a closer match. But ultimately, they were not able to do that. And with the massive lead Liquid had coming out of the first half, They close out, so they get to move forward, as many of you at home probably expected. That's going to close it out for this match. Do stick with us, guys. And we're going to be starting the best of threes and the lower bracket here for Group A at the Americas Minor in just a little bit.